shop expert who will tell you all the truth about it. And if you believe it's a true birth certificate, please do me a favor, send me your name, and I will put it on his birth certificate, and I will send it to you tomorrow morning. In the same birth certificate, same way as he did it himself. I mean, there's so much fraud about it, it blows your mind. Do you know that the number on his birth certificate is larger than the number of two birth certificates issued from the same hospital 3 days later for twins? Numbers and birth certificates start small to big, not big and small and big. It's a security card, come from another state. Everything about that. His own book, which I have on my computer, I send it to you if you need it. The new book, which we discovered on drugs report, the removal of drugs report, says what? Born in Kenya. It was a mistake. Everything about Obama we know is a mistake. Otherwise, take his word for it. His birth certificate alone should put him in jail. But we're a coward nation. And he will be your president for 4 more years. Forget about this. This is an excellent video. You need to go watch this video. Let's see this one. What does Obama think of America? What does Obama think of you as a nation?
We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation, or we be one of the largest Muslim countries in the world. We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation, or we be one of the largest Muslim countries in the world.
We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation. What we are, Mr. President, he told it to you before. We have it in our first video, Reveal the Truth about Barack Hussein Obama. He said we're a Muslim nation, a Jewish nation, and an atheist nation, and a nation of non-believers. That's his own words. And nobody say anything about it. It's like the man is making everybody, let's all hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and that's what America wants right now. He's telling the Turkish, we're no longer a Christian. We don't consider ourselves a Christian nation. And then he tells the lady in Egypt, the other interview, if the Muslims continue to grow in America the way they are growing, America will be the largest Muslim country in the world. I'm quoting him word for word. And then Fox and Friends in the morning, I listened to Steve. He made a huge mistake. What is Steve's mistake? He said, there's only 1.5% or less than 2% Muslim live in America. How does the president make a mistake and say, we'll be the largest Muslim country in the world? I said, I don't think Steve understands. What is 1.5% AIDS in your blood? Or what 1.5% cancer in your bones? All what you need is a little bit there of blood in your system. Who will volunteer tonight to give the best vitamins, which your body needs in your vein, and the whole catch is this: we use the same needle on somebody else who had AIDS. There's no covenant. We just inside the guy's vein, and we took it out and put the best vitamins. Anybody volunteer? You see, in a minute. Obama is right. Muslims will continue to grow, and he will help them to grow, to take over America. I'll show it to you in a minute. I called him a liar, and I stand for it because he is a liar. Everything about this man is different than anybody else. He's making up new words. He's making up new. I mean, you just follow him for the next few weeks, and I guarantee you learn stuff for the first time. Have you heard of non-war war? We spent 196 billion of dollars in Libya just for rockets and all this bomb. But he did not call it war. It's a non-war war. Non-pregnant. Can you imagine if somebody get caught in the sin of adultery and she goes, well, I'm not pregnant, I'm pregnant a little bit. Everything about this speech here is for the first time. It will never happen again. Watch it step by step. First of all, this speech is taking place in Cairo University. How many of you have heard the whole entire speech? It makes you sick, doesn't it? This is a university, it's 1,000 years old. That's 4 times older than America. America is 240, 250 years. Imagine, 1,000 years ago. From the same pulpit, few thousands of speakers stood and spoke there. And Obama have made it for the first time. He's the only one who get it every way. For example, he's the first prime minister who come to Egypt who invited the Brotherhood to attend his meeting. For the first time in Egypt history. Normally, when a prime minister or some foreigner guys come to Egypt to speak in Cairo, they clean up the neighborhood. Any brotherhood will be locked up in jail or prison or whatever to make sure. He commanded Mubarak to bring the brotherhood, and they were there, and they clapped hands for him. And he's the first president who...
And I'm also proud to carry with me the goodwill of the American people and a greeting of peace from Muslim communities in my country. Assalamu alaikum.
He's the first president who used the word Assalamu alaikum. And when he said it, he's the first president where people clap hands after they heard him say Assalamu alaikum and shouted Allahu Akbar. Let me explain to you. When I say Assalamu alaikum in Egypt, it's like good evening in America. You don't wake up in the morning and tell your wife or your dad or your mom, good morning. Hey, good morning, baby! Good morning! You don't do that. Or if somebody comes speak in your church and they say, good evening. Hey, good evening! Assalamu alaikum, good evening! Muslims all over the world, not just in this building for the last 1,000 years, Muslims all over the world for the last 1,400 years, when they say Assalamu alaikum, never clap hands, they just say alaikum salam. But for the first time in the history of the world, Obama said Assalamu alaikum, and people shouted Allahu Akbar, clapping hands and dancing. Why is that? Because Obama tells them, I am one of you. I'm a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum. Listen more. We're not done.
But I am convinced that in order to move forward, we must say openly to each other the things we hold in our hearts.
Yes, indeed.
And that too often are said only behind closed doors. There must be a sustained effort to listen to each other, to learn from each other.
What can we learn from the Muslims? How to take an airplane to a building? They didn't even know how to make a bomb without the chemical material which we invented. They invented nothing. Muslims invented nothing. There's nothing we can learn from them. Here we go.
To respect one another.
Yes, indeed.
And to seek common ground. As the Holy Quran tells us, be conscious of God and speak always the truth.
It is for the first time in the history of Islam, a man quote a verse from the Quran and people clap hands. Muslims do not clap hands when somebody read a verse from the Quran. Period. I dare a Muslim show me anywhere in planet Earth somebody besides Obama who quoted the Quran 5 times in this speech, and every time said the Holy Quran says, and people clap hands. Show me one video of some Muslim imam or some Muslim person who read one verse of the Quran and somebody clap hands. Not the whole crowd, just one person in the crowd got excited and he's clap hands. Muslims do not clap hands when they read the Quran. But what did he say? Why I call him a liar? He said, the Holy Quran says, be conscious of God and speak always the truth. Can any Muslim show me where is this verse in the Quran? He did not say Obama says, he said the Holy Quran says. Don't you love it, Muslim in America, when they say the Quran teach, the Quran says, the Quran declare, the Quran this, and when you ask them, where is the Quran? There's no place in the Quran. In a big church, liberal church in Orlando, they called the cops on me. The lady said, the Holy Quran says men and women are equal. I said, where in the Quran? The church leader asked me to leave the building and they called the cops on me. Because I'm simply asked, where in the Quran I can find? The Quran teach that we love Christian and Jew. Where? The Quran teach Islam is a loving, peaceful religion. Where? Show me the verse. Be bold enough to ask for the verse. And that's how you stop the lies. The Quran says, be conscious of God. I'm sorry, we already read the Quran. Allah said it's okay to lie. Muhammad said it's okay to lie. And those who tell me Obama is a good speaker, I'm sorry. Obama is not a good speaker. Obama is a good reader. I think I speak much better than him, especially in the Arabic language. If you can understand Arabic, it will be much easier for me. And those dumb who wrote this speech for him, they opened the wrong book. It's not the Holy Quran. It is the Bible who says, putting away lying, speaking every man truth with his neighbor. The Bible, book of Ephesians, not Allah's word, the Quran. It's not anywhere in the Quran. I dare a Muslim to show me this verse in the Quran. But Muslim who was excited, 5 times, clap hand, when Obama said, the Holy Quran says, the great danger of Obamacare. Sometime Monday or next Thursday, we're going to hear the court decision. And I hope and I pray they will pass it. That's the only hope for Romney to win. The one hope I have, unless he literally become bold and took the gloves out and start doing the right thing. I don't want him to be McCain number 2. If the court passes it, that means people will get mad. And 76% of the American people do not want this Obamacare, and that's how we can stop it. They're going to go and vote, and they will remove Obama out because Romney will veto it. But otherwise, it's a 50-50 chance. And it looks like Obama's going to win it. What is the great danger about Obamacare? So far, the American people never knew the great danger of Obamacare. And I guarantee you, what I'm going to say to you right now, unless you heard me in the past, have anybody heard me talking about the dangers of Obamacare? Anybody? Okay. I guarantee you, the next 3 minutes, brand new information. You never heard it anywhere. I never even thought of it. All the reasons they give why we should not have this care, I really don't care about. I think we should cover everybody in America, not just as a country, we should cover as a church. If every church in America hosted 1 or 2 Mexican family, and we take care of them, and we love on them, we show the love of Christ with them, we can fix this problem of Obamacare without the government. The church can do it. Amen. Christ commands us to love and to give. And if every church in America reach out to 1 family of the illegal, everybody will be fine. The church gave up its responsibility to the government. The government take care of our widows. The government take care of our poor. The government take care. That's the job of the church. Read the Bible. Why in the world they ordained deacons in the book of Acts? To serve table, to serve the poor and the widow. That is the job of the church. But we don't have to talk about that because I'm going to offend some of your feelings. Okay, never mind. Okay. The great danger of Obamacare is what I call the loving, peaceful invasion of Muslims to America. You heard me? Say it again. The great danger of Obamacare is the loving, peaceful invasion of Muslims to America. Obama told the lady in Cairo, if the Muslims will continue to grow the way they are growing in America, America will be the largest Muslim country in the world. And that's what it is. And let me explain to you. It's very simple. I think to have Obamacare in America, we need doctors. Don't you think so? Have any senator talked about where we're going to get our doctors from? Nobody? Have you ever thought of it? Do you know that we are shortage right now with 30% of doctors? And 40% of our doctors said they're going to quit when Obama forced this on them. That means we're short with 70%. After this, we're going to add 30 or 40 million. That means we literally need 100% new staff. I think to practice Obamacare, you need nurses. I think you need also medical staffs. Where do you think these doctors, nurses, medical staffs will come from? Anybody know? It's the Muslim world. As a matter of fact, I saw it happen in Egypt 25, 30 years ago when the healthcare of Canada was open, and they opened the Canadian embassy in Cairo, and they said, if you are a doctor, or if you are, and they give you a list of all the things they need for the care in Canada, which is the same care of America. If you are qualified for this and this, you come to Canada on a work visa. You, your family, your children, you and your wife, or depending who's the whole entire pack can go to Canada, and you will become citizens. That is exactly what's happening in America. Right now, there are a few 100,000 of Muslim doctors, nurses, family members, staffs, name it, everybody who know about something about medical field. They're all packing their bags with their clothes, waiting for the embassy in Cairo and in Pakistan and in Bangladesh and every Muslim country in India. The Muslim doctors coming to America from everywhere. Muslim nurses, Muslim family members are ready to come. Just wait until this will pass. And if the court break half of it, Obama will tweak it, and I promise you, next year, he will bring all the Muslim wonderful people to America. You don't think you have enough Muslims in America? Obama will make sure we got enough Muslim in America. And here's a constitution of America. If they come to America, they become citizen in 4 years or so. And then they have the right with our constitution to bring their moms and dads. I did it myself. I brought both of my mom and my dad for the purpose of making them citizen so I can bring my sisters from out of Egypt. Sadly, both of mom and dad died within 3 months after they came here. So I buried them in Florida, and my dream was not, I could not fulfill my dream. But then when mom and dad come to America, mom and dad become citizen in 4 to 5 years, and mom and dad will bring the rest of the brothers and sisters. And I promise you, they have big families. Each one of these doctors have 10 sisters and brothers on his side, in his family, 10 to whatever on his wife, especially if Papa have 3, 4 wives. You're talking about a few hundred thousands will move to millions, move into America under Obamacare, because we need each other, Obama said in his speech. We need each other. We need. You don't believe me? Check the healthcare in Canada. Check the healthcare in England. The last attack in London were 6 doctors in the healthcare in London. 6 Muslim doctors did their dirty work there. That's not all. Wait a minute. We have one more important thing here. Here we go.
Here the statute is going to say that people who are conscientiously opposed to paying for health insurance don't have to do it where the conscientious objection arises from religion, said Mark Tushnet, a Harvard law professor, and that's perfectly constitutional. Apparently, this exemption will apply similarly to believers in Islam, which considers health insurance, and for that matter, any form of risk insurance, to be forbidden.
It is haram in Islam. It is sin in Islam to buy insurance. Even though a Muslim, when they get sick, they will be in the hospital. But American will tell you, oh, brother Usama, so is the Amish. The Amish will have it for free. Yeah, we have 35,000 Amish in America. We have 12 legal million Muslims in America, an unknown number, and we will never talk about it in America, of illegal Muslim in America. See, we can talk about illegal Mexican in America because they're Catholic. We can say anything we want to say about them, but how many times did you hear any of your governors, any of your senators, any of whatever position in our politician here say illegal Muslim? Have you ever heard it once? I think this is the first time in your life tonight your ears heard the word illegal Muslim. We got plaintiffs in America, I promise you. Go to any of your international airport and watch airplane land in our country. There are all these airplanes coming from the 57 Muslim country loaded by Muslim, and none of these people leave our country. They actually become citizens within the first, second, third year by marrying one of your daughters or your neighbor daughters, and they quickly fall in love. They have 3, 4 babies by the name Muhammad and Hussein and Ali and Obama and all these wonderful Muslim names. Okay, so here's a good example for some of the doctors we're going to have in America. Dr. Nidal Malik Hassan. Who asked me about the clothes? Somebody asked me about the clothes. Did you notice what he was wearing early in the morning in the convenience store? The Muslim clothes. I know you don't understand anything about clothes. You're shaking your head. Usama is exaggerating. That's fine. Call me dumb, but the truth is, if you don't believe what I say, it is just short of your knowledge. Hey, look at his business card. That's his business card. I make it a little bit big here, try to see it better. SOA. Do you know what SOA stands for? Soldier of Allah. I wonder how many soldiers of Allah we have in our military because of the help of Barack Hussein Obama. Anybody can tell me? I'm going to tell you the program he invented a minute here. Do you know that this man received $6,000 since he did the shooting? The man shot 214 times, Allahu Akbar, as he shot 214 bullets. He wounded 34 people. He killed 13. And we in the court of law, we did not make it as a crime as a jihadist or extreme Muslim. No, it is called random shooting or what is the word? Workplace violence. That's how he was charged with. And do you know the last 2 years he received a salary every month, $6,000? Now, the soldiers who were wounded on that day and they have to leave because some of them have still the bullet in their bodies. You could not take the bullet out. Depends where's the bullet located. The soldiers, the 34 who were still alive but wounded, all those who lived, they received 0 salary. But this piece of trash received $6,000 every month's salary. We spent on him a few thousands, I mean, how many $100,000 to keep him alive and keep him healthy? What's wrong with the old-fashioned cowboy movies? Somebody steal or kill somebody, and they get a rope and hang it from the tree, and they got 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses, and hang, and that's it, kill him! And they use the same rope for somebody else 5 minutes later in the same movie? I mean, what do you need? You got 34 eyewitnesses are wounded by this man, and they will tell you, he did it! You need another 20 witnesses? How many witnesses is enough? He should be shot on the same day. Take him outside of the trash, next to the dumpster, and 6 soldiers shoot him with 1 bullet in his head, and then call his family to remove this trash out of the United States of America land. The guy was committing treason, killing our own soldiers in America. But don't worry, Eric Holder is also shooting our own soldiers by our own guns in America. It is corruption in the whole country. Now Obama invented this wonderful program. It's called the pilot program. Anybody heard of the pilot program? Pilot program going once? Here it is. You're gonna like this one. Here we go.
Immigrants without a green card, but who have specific language or medical skills, get a big incentive to enlist. The Army has recruited more than 100 people in Los Angeles under the pilot program.
And when you hear 100 people say, oh, thank God, it's only 100 Muslims became a soldier for Allah in our army. No, 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 no. That is the day I picked this out from the internet. Because when something like this show up online, most likely it will be removed within a few minutes. So by now, that was 2 years ago, by now we're talking about a few hundred, maybe thousands of Muslims joining our army. And here's a catch, guys. You need to understand the whole picture now. You don't want to take one side of the story. These are people willing to die for America. That's why we will make them citizens. And the catch is, if you are immigrant without green card, oh, that is a nice way, political correct way to say illegal. They're immigrant, they're from other country, and they don't have any paper without green card. What do you call them? Illegal. But they have wonderful skills we don't have. Language skills. And I guarantee you, every Muslim who is illegal in this country speaks his mother tongue language, so they're all qualified for the pilot program. Or medical skill, like Dr. Nidam Ali Hassan. Okay? Now, if they join our military, not in 10 years, not in 10 months, no, in 10 weeks, that's 2.5 years, 2.5, 2.5 months. In 10 weeks, they will become citizens of the United States of America. Now, I talked to some of our general in our military, as I spoke in different tea parties, different places, and they show up. I said, Brother Usama, you need to understand that these people are willing to die for America. They join our army. Therefore, we have to honor them by giving them the citizenship. I said, excuse me, you may think I'm just a normal American. I'm not stupid. I'm a lot smarter than you think I am. Because when you have a language skill, or you have medical skill, you don't go on the front line of war. You sit on officer to translate, or you work in a hospital to heal somebody's wound. And I promise you, and I bet my life in it, if these soldiers join our army and went to battle, they will shoot our own soldiers before they shoot one of their own Muslim families. Because you understand, you're still naive people. A guy said, I joined the army, I speak Arabic. Okay, come on, make him citizen. What is he going to do? Sit in office? Translate. And if he go to the battlefield, I don't want him in the battlefield. He will end shooting our own soldiers. Do you know how many soldiers have been killed lately in Afghanistan by Afghani Muslim soldiers after we train them, shows them how to use the gun, gives them the bullet, and they shoot us in our back? And your media will not tell you. You have to dig for it, you have to search for it. We got plenty of our soldiers have been killed lately by Muslim Afghani soldiers. Thanks for training us. It is a defense of Obama.
I'm the only major candidate who opposed this war from the beginning. And as president, I will end it. Second, I will cut tens of billions of dollars in wasteful spending. I will cut investments in unproven weaponized space. I will slow our development of future combat systems, and I will institute an independent Defense Priorities Board to ensure that the quadrennial defense review is not used to justify unnecessary spending. Third, I will set a goal of a world without nuclear weapons. To seek that goal, I will not develop new nuclear weapons. I will seek a global ban on the production of fissile material, and I will negotiate with Russia to take our ICBMs off air trigger alert and to achieve deep cuts in our nuclear arsenals.
He said that before he became a president. And when I saw this piece, I said, that's it. I'm glad he said that. Goodbye, Obama. He's not going to win. But guess what? American people did not listen, did not hear what he said. He literally saved few billions of dollars from our soldiers, but he spent it on our enemies. Like, for example, we're about to send to Egypt 4 warships. I was in Mississippi. I saw them by my own eye. 4 warships. High-tech war, stealth war. You can't even catch them by the radar. Cost us $2 billion. And we will spend $20 million every year to keep them running. And that is a gift for Egypt. They didn't even pay for it. It's a gift. But we will not spend the same $2 billion in our soldiers. And we have to collect all over this country $50 here, $200 here, $300 here to take care of one of our wounded soldiers. Shame on us, country. We should stop sending any dime to any Muslim country around the world and take care of our own soldiers, take care of our own country, pay our own debts. You know why the Democrats are not listening when Obama speaks? Because they're busy clapping their hands. This man is about to say here the most dangerous statement. I never thought that I would hear it from him. But they're busy clapping their hands. See and watch.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
You know who said that? Hitler of Germany. And guess who are the people who's going to be working for Obama as a civilian war, as a civilian army? They're going to be members all over your church. If you are a conservative church and you have one Democrat family, these are the one most likely will turn you in. So you choose now to get rid of the bad apple in your church, or you destroy the entire church. Ramadan. Obama forgot to tell you Merry Christmas. Or he forgot to tell our children the story of Christmas. But he did not forget to tell the Muslim people Ramadan Kareem. He literally gave an excellent speech as a Muslim imam. The only thing is missing in his speech is he should ask the American people to repeat the Shahada after him. That is to become Muslims. To say we bear witness that there is no Allah, no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. That's the only missing statement of his speech. Listen to it.
On behalf of the American people, including Muslim communities in all 50 states, I want to extend best wishes to Muslims in America and around the world. Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan is the month in which Muslims believe the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, beginning with a simple word, Iqra. It is therefore a time when Muslims reflect upon the wisdom and guidance that comes with faith, and the responsibility that human beings have to one another and to God. Like many people of different faiths who've seen Ramadan through our communities and families, I know this to be a festive time, a time when families gather and meals are shared. But I also know that Ramadan is a time of intense devotion and reflection, a time when Muslims fast during the day and perform Taraweeh prayers at night, reciting and listening to the entire Quran over the course of the month.
Reciting, he told us all what you need to know about Ramadan. And I have not heard it from any of the two Bush or Clinton about Christmas. No. But he said reciting and listening is the entire Quran, not half of the Quran. So if I quote you any verse from the Quran, that's what Muslims just recited 6 months ago. And they will recite it again 5 months from now. Muslims know the Quran, inside, outside, the entire Quran. Every month of Ramadan, Muslims recite. The Muslim who you see outside anywhere here in America, they know everything in the Quran, and you don't know what's in the Quran. And Obama is giving it to us like it is something wonderful. So it must be a holy book. They're all. We got the Bible, we got the Quran. And they both have the title, holy. It's a lie to call the Quran holy. The real name is generous Quran. By the way, our translation carries the title, the right title for the Quran. Before you leave tonight, I beg you, get a copy of the Quran. Read it. Share it with your neighbors. Share it with your friends. Meet some Muslim and tell us about it. It's about time for us to be no longer ignorant. That this man will not deceive us, or Muslim in America will not deceive us. Now, I'm going to share with you a few of the verses of the Quran to see, is reading the Quran is a holy book, and Muslims are bragging about it and proud about it every year. For example, here Allah said what?
Guide us to the straight way, the way of those whom you have graced, not the ones whom you are angered against, the Jews, nor the lost ones, the Christians.
So Allah is called the Jews, the one whom Allah is angry against. And the Christian was the lost one. And your dumb senators, all of them, the 100, and your dumb congressmen, all of them, bring Muslim imam, and he reads this trash to them in the opening of the meeting, and in the end of his reading, they clap hands and say, thanks, Mr. Imam, come read to us again next month. We got Muslim imam to read this to our senator or our congressman, and they see nothing wrong with it. Because he did not say the Jews, he did not say the Christian. Oh, he said, whom you are angry against, nor the last one, Amen. And they all clap hands. Thanks for coming and praying for us. If they knew what the Quran says, they will not allow this man to live in America, not to come to the Congress and speak and read this trash for us. How about this one?
O you who have believed, do not take the Jews and the Christians as friends.
Why is that? Because Islam is a very friendly religion. Very friendly religion. That's why Allah told them not to take us for a friend. You know what? If they take us for a friend, they will become one like us. If they take a Jew for a friend, they become Jew. Allah will be angry against them. If they take a Christian for a friend, they'll become a Christian, and they'll be lost ones. And that is the truth. Any Muslim will be my friend. I guarantee you, I will lead them to Christ in no time. What Muhammad said.
Do not initiate the salam to the Jews and Christians, and if you meet any of them in a road, force them to its narrowest alley.
Don't treat Christian and Jew in peace. Muhammad said. How about this one?
War is decreed to you, and it is hated by you. And perhaps you may hate something, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love something, and it is evil for you. And Allah knows, and you do not know.
Muslims are more decent than Allah and Muhammad, for they hate to kill Christian Jew. But Allah said, you have to do it. You know what made me sick about Bush? 7 years I spoke against him when he tells American people we're not in war with Islam. Do you know how many times Allah in the Quran said engage in war, engage in war, engage in war? 79 times. 79 verses Allah in the Quran forced Muslims to kill us. And liar Bush said what? We're not in war with Islam. We're in war with radical. Okay? This is what Muhammad, by the way, none of these verses, none of the saying of Muhammad you will see on Fox News or any station in America. You will not. You will hear the opposite. The lies of the Muslim in the West. What Muhammad said here?
I have been commanded to fight people till they testify to the fact that there is no God but Allah, and believe in me, I am the messenger, and in all that I have brought.
Oh, what we know from Fox News, Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, was a prophet of love and peace. But we never know that he said he would kill people until people become Muslims. That's the only way you can get rid of, you escape Muhammad's sword, is to become Muslim. How about this statement by Bukhari, great Muslim scholar?
Our prophet, the messenger of our Lord, ordered us to fight you till you worship Allah alone or pay us the jizya tribute.
How do you like that? How about this one? 9:5, the verse of the sword. This is the one verse in the Quran where Allah used to abrogate, to cancel, to erase, to delete 124 verse, which Muslims smartly they're using in America. They're quoting us verses which Allah has taken out of the Quran, meaning they don't practice it anymore. No compulsion in religion. How many of you have heard no compulsion in religion before? Now, let's compare no compulsion religion, early teaching of Muhammad in the Quran, and the final word of Allah in the Quran.
So, when the forbidden months are past, so kill the polytheists wherever you find them, and take them as captives, and besiege them, and lay wait for them with every kind of ambush. So, if they repent and perform the prayer and give the legal alms, so leave their way free. Surely Allah is forgiving and merciful.
3 choices for your grandchildren. 1, we're going to kill them. 2, we're going to take them as slaves. 3, they become Muslim. Is there any compulsion in Islam? So what we have contradiction here. Yeah, the Muslim scholar will tell you, this is the final word of Allah. The one early is good for Muslim live in America when they do not have the upper hand. When the Muslim becomes strong in America, then we're going to practice this on your grandchildren. And it will be too late for you. That is Sharia. That is Islamic law, America. Every time we talk about Sharia, what is Sharia? The word of Allah in the Quran and the word of Muhammad in the Hadith. That is the source of the Sharia. The law did not come from the air, it comes from their books. Muslim in America, the day will come when they become strong enough, they will practice this trash against your grandchildren in this country.
Engage in war with them. Allah will torment them by your hands and put them to shame.
You got the idea? That is the war Islam.
O you prophet, provoke the believers to engage in war.
You see, you got the idea? And not here, he did not say, oh you prophet, provoke the extremists to engage in war. Allah calls them believers. Muhammad calls them believers. They call themselves believers, and you foolish American calls them extremists. Why? I don't know. Somebody give me a reason. Because you're trying to convince yourself that there's somebody outside there who is Muslim, who is a good guy. There is no good Muslim. Muslim must believe in that. They must practice that. They have to kill you. Especially when you know that you are the infidels.
March forth lightly or heavily and perform jihad with
31 times Allah in the Quran command Muhammad to perform jihad. One meaning for the word jihad. Don't listen to the lies of Obama. He said, well, it's a word have different meaning, different interpretation. No, one meaning by all Muslim scholars. 31 verses in the Quran. Jihad is a holy war to get rid of you. Unless you become Muslim.
engage in war with those who do not, and engage in war with them until there will not be sedition, and the religion will be completely to Allah.
And let's read it again. And engage in war with them until Obama killed bin Laden. This war just begun. To believe and celebrate the killing of bin Laden as the war is over, it is the last thing I could imagine American people will fall into. We're not in war with bin Laden. Osama bin Laden has 72 sons. The rumor is we killed bin Laden and one of his sons. The rumor. There's no any evidence of it. What happened to his son's body? What about the other 71 sons? What about the 100,000 boys who were born the last 10 years whom their mother named Osama? You think you killed bin Laden? Is that now how you're going to make Obama a hero and give them your country for 4 more years because he killed one? One of what? 400 million Muslims who would like to have the same job? To be the leader of Al-Qaeda? The war will continue until Islam take over America. That's Allah's word. I believe in Islam to be Allah's word, not Obama and Bush words. Terrorization did not begin in September 11. It began 1430 some years ago when Muhammad wrote this trash in his Quran. Which, by the way, Obama is telling us that Muslims read it every year. The whole book. They read it last year and they will read it next year. And you never heard of it in your life.
And he brought down the people of the book who backed them from their strong places and cast terror into their hearts. A group of them you are killing, and a group of them you are taking captive.
Here is America in verse 27. Watch America.
And he made you to inherit their land and their homes and their money, and a land which you had never set foot on. And Allah was mighty over all things.
You can literally take a land which you have never set foot on. You see the sentence here? Take it out and put an America. Because that is their dream. You see American Muslim here and say, oh, wonderful family. She a husband and wife. They have 7, 8 kids in the mall. And they immigrate from, where you come from? We came from Saudi Arabia. Where you come from? We came from Egypt. Where you come from? We came from whatever Muslim country. And you're happy to see them as immigrant people. And after all, Brother Usama, we're all immigrant here. Read the Quran. Every time Allah said, those who immigrate, you know what's the next sentence? And perform jihad for the sake of Allah. Read the Quran. Those who believe and immigrate and perform jihad for the sake of Allah. You skipped the other important part of the verse, perform jihad. They're not here because they love your freedom. They're not here because they like your democracy. They're not here because they like your Christianity or your blue and green eyes. They're here because they want to take over your country and to get rid of your constitution and replace it by Sharia, Islamic law. And you are doing everything you can to help them to do so by being ignorant of the Quran and of Muhammad and of Allah and of Obama. You don't even know your president as a nation. If you know Obama, he will not be in power. Right now, if the American people know Obama, the number, Romney 90 and Obama 10. But it's 50-50. I mean, one day Obama up, one day Romney up. One day, what is that? Because American people are so ignorant of everything that has to do with Islam and Obama. You're nothing but infidel. Any Christian here tonight, with all respect, if you're not a Christian, that's fine. Any Christian here, raise up your right hand. Okay. Anybody believe that Jesus Christ, Son of Virgin Mary, is God? Raise up your hand. Jesus is God. You believe in that? You're nothing but infidel. Anybody believe in Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit? You're nothing but infidel. That's not my word. That's Allah's word. The trash of Allah in the Quran. The great insult to Islam is not burning the Quran. It is reading and knowing what's in the Quran. That's how can you stop this barbaric cult from taking over your country.
Infidels indeed are those who said, surely Allah is the Christ, Son of Mary.
If you believe Jesus is God, you're infidel. Here is the next verse.
Infidels indeed are those who said, surely Allah is the third of three.
If you believe in Trinity, you're infidel. Here is a punishment for you, bunch of Christians.
So, when you meet those who became infidels, so strike the necks until you have made a great slaughter among them.
That's how loving, peaceful Islam is. We're just going to chop off your heads. Do you know that Muslim read that 6 months ago in the Quran? And Obama's telling us that? And they read it again 5 months from now, in case they forgot. That's why Obama seeks Muslim for the White House.
So far, 45 Ivy League graduates and Fortune 500 executives have submitted for consideration as government officials.
Can you imagine if we say Bush seeks Baptists for the White House? What do you think the media would do? It is illegal in America if you are even an owner of a business, if you have a plumbing company, and you put a sign, I need workers. They have to be white or black, Christian or Baptist or Catholic or Muslim. You can't do it. It's illegal. But with Obama, everything is backwards. He can do whatever he wishes. He's thrown your Constitution so many times in the trash can, and you never even know that he exists. Seeking Muslim in the White House. That was Keith Ellison's idea, because he told him that Congress of the 5th District of Minnesota, the guy who swore on the Quran, and you should see Nancy, how happy she was. Nancy Pelosi, she was so happy that he swore on the Quran. Democrat Party will sell this country to the Muslim to get rid of you, Christian conservative. Here is another lady, one wonderful lady. Can you imagine? This is a spiritual advisor for Obama. That's because he's a born-again Christian. You need to ask your pastor in your church to seek a good Muslim lady in hijab to give him some spiritual advice. Listen what she said. Here her own
I do
words.
not find any difficulty in performing the prayer in the White House, and Muslims pray the Juma
Friday prayer.
inside Congress. Dahlia Mujahid.
What's her name? Dahlia Mujahid. Mujahid is fighter in Arabic, from the word jihad. Jihad is performed by mujahidun, or mujahid is singular. Her name alone, for heaven's sake, could stop her from being anywhere near the White House, not working in the White House, and praying 5 times a day inside the White House. And Muslim pray in the Congress, and our Congress clap hands for them. Thank you for coming praying for us. I don't know what to tell you. I send my Quran to every senator, to every congressman, to every governor, to the High Supreme Justice Court. We spent almost $13,000 in 2 weeks. And I wonder if any of these people have bothered to open the book and read what's in it. I wonder. Call your senator, call your congressman, call your governor. Say, we know that the Straight Way of Grace Ministry sent you a copy of the Quran. Have you read it, sir? The journalist Quran. If he's told you he never got it, please let me know. I will send him or her another one. We still have few thousand left. Most likely Obama will lock me up next year. We won't be able to do anything with them. Daniel Mujahid. You want to hear what she think of Sharia? The wonderful lady, the Obama advisor? Here we go.
And one member of the President's Faith Advisory Council saw it appropriate to appear on a television network called the Islam Channel, and it's run by convicted terrorist Mohammed Ali Harath. Now, the Obama advisor, Dalia Mogahid.
Whoa, 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 whoa. See how she spelled her name? She changed it from Mujahid to M-O-G, no J, A-H-E-D. Why she change his name? Not one person who writes the name Mujahid in Arabic translated like that in English. She is smart, and we're dumb. She know how to change the spelling of her name. Now it's no longer have nothing to do with jihad. The J letter is not there.
Appeared on the network's program, Muslim Dilemma, and shared the following thoughts about spreading Sharia law. Take a look at this.
I'm sure there are people out there who in fact, they're not all Muslim, who believe that that this is something that the United States and Britain and other countries should be open to. The concept of integrating Sharia into laws.
You see, when you talk about something you're not comfortable, you know what you normally do? But the message is very simple. She's saying, you, Americans, should not have any problem to practice Sharia, the verses of Allah we read in America. Please dig the grave a little bit deeper for the rest of your grandchildren. Because 6 feet is not enough for all of them. Who else Obama hired? Oh, this is the governor of Illinois. He wants Muslim to run in his office. Lord have mercy. Here's a guy, nice guy.
Karim Shora was the National Executive Director of ADC, serving 10 years in the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, appointed as Senior Policy Advisor for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
The next guy, his name is Araf Al-Kahan. This guy's a good guy. You know why? Obama said he memorized the Quran. Not he knows about the Quran or he read it. He memorized it. This guy can quote you the verses of the Quran. By the way, I want to quote you tonight, 15, 17 verse? There are 350 verses throughout the Quran. Same language. Most barbaric, hate, cultic teaching. But Araf Al-Kahan know the Quran. He memorized the Quran.
Arif Al-Kahan, the former deputy mayor of Los Angeles, was appointed as Assistant Secretary for the Office of Policy Development at the Department of Homeland Security.
We're hiring the fox to watch for the chicken. What is the point? You know how many Muslims I met with in all over our airports in this country? I fly more than any of you, unless you're a pilot. And I go to the airport and I see Muslims I can see them in the middle of the crowd per second. And I go and shake their hand. How many Muslims I shake their hand in our airports who are nothing but Muslim jihadists? A guy, I shake his hand and I said, Assalamu alaikum, I'm Usama. He said, oh, mashallah, mashallah. I said, what? He said, Usama. That was in Dallas, Texas. I said, do you like my name? He said, yes. I whispered in his ear, Osama bin Laden. He said, absolutely. He said, if I ever have a son, I will name him Osama. Where are you from? He said, I'm from Pakistan. What's your name? My name is Na'man. Muslim jihadist by the name Na'man from Pakistan, working in Dallas airport. And we spent $400 million that year to protect our airports. You know how stupid we are? And we have to hire Muslims all over our airport. Otherwise, we're bigots. We're extremists. Whatever name you're going to give on us. We'll stop here for the sake of time. The rest of the presentation is available. Get a copy. It costs you $15. I made it 2 DVD so you can make copies. I can easily make it 1 DVD, 2 layer, but you cannot copy it. And I want you to make copies. There's only 4 months left. 4 months left. If I can travel hours and hours to speak with 20 people, 30 people, I speak big crowd or small crowd. But if I can do this, you can make 15 copies and you can give to 15 people. Every copy will cost you less than $1. I know the first one will cost you $15. How many people do you think they will do professional DVD, spend thousands of dollars on it, and ask people, please make copies? Have you ever heard that before? Get yourself a copy of the Quran. You must read the book. And maybe we'll not have another chance to meet with you again in the future, especially if Obama is in power. If you don't have money, I understand some of you they don't bring money. It's very simple. The books cost $20 and the DVD costs each $1. There's some come and sell. Just take what you want, send the money next month, next year, sometime with a low price. I know you can always write a check or send money just in the future. But do not leave tonight with some material in your hand. Get a copy of the Quran, there's some other books there as well. Get the DVDs. If you can afford to get 2 copies, you cannot afford just 1 copy. Maybe one of you make copy for somebody else. Just make sure you get a copy of that and share it with a bunch of your friends. There's only 4 months left to go. I will meet with 5 people tomorrow. I will drive tomorrow 10 hours to meet with 5 people to do the same seminar again. Because I think there's 5 people, each one of them can speak to 100, then I spoke with 500. You understand that? Don't let this message stop here. You have wasted my time if this ended here. Take it outside. If you know somebody who's not gonna vote, you need to get some. We have 70-some% of our, 72% I believe, of our lazy Christian have not registered yet to vote for the year 2012. And people tell me, Brother Usama, I will never vote for a Mormon. Okay, if you don't vote for the Mormon, you're voting for the Muslim. I know Romney is not gonna fix it, but he will stop it from drowning, from sinking. Thinking, is that good English? Thinking. The ship would think was a bomb. You know, I apologize, my English is terrible, but you can by grace. Yes.
There's a line in here that says that there is a Jew behind the tree.
Yes.
Can you explain what that means?
That's hadith given by Muhammad. In the last day, Muhammad said, even the rock will cry and say, there's a Jew behind me, kill him. Because the Muslim believe the only way they can bring the coming of the Antichrist, which they think is Jesus, and the end of time is they have to kill the last Jew, they have to kill the last Christian. Because Jewish are nothing but a small Satan, and America is a big Satan. So you guys have to know that. This is a fact you have to learn about Islam. And when you read the Quran, you figure out all that. And go online, educate yourself. Don't believe me because I said it. Investigate me. Maybe get this video we did tonight, it's very well done there, and go online and search each one of these things. Maybe I'm lying. I mean, if you got a Muslim guy here tonight, he will tell you the opposite of what I said. He will tell you Islam is love. Islam is peace. You know, but you need to get smarter. You know, I spoke in a church and the man said, you teach hate. I said, yeah, I was reading your book. And he said, no, you're lying. My wife is a Christian. I've been married to my wife for 4 years. And he's a Muslim imam in Cleveland, Ohio. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, so you got your citizenship paperwork already? 4 years, you know. And he was quiet. He said, no, Allah in the Quran teaches, not choose the subject. We can marry Christian, we can marry Jew. I said, that's wonderful. Can I marry your sister? Can I marry your daughter? Can a Christian man marry a Muslim woman? Can a Jewish man, can some male who's not a Muslim marry a Muslim female? He said, no. I said, why is that? He said, well, because of the children. I said, oh, are you trying to tell me Obama is a Muslim? And there was a good 15 men standing around us, and he had no answer. You have to be bold, and you have to be smart. Don't speak from your head. Read the Quran. Read the Quran for them. And that's how you can expose them on their lives. Yes, there are 2 sets of verses in the Quran. When you read my Quran, go from the beginning to the end. Early Mecca verses are not peaceful. They're just, you worship what you worship, I worship what I worship, to your religion, to me my religion, no compassion religion. There's not one person the Quran teaches to love somebody or to be in peace with somebody. But you are your way, I'm my way, I'm not going to force you, I'm not going to force you. That's it. That's early Mecca. Abrogation is a very important doctrine. We have an article written at the beginning of our book. When you read, you understand. All Mecca verses has been deleted by the late Medini verses, which teach that, what we read. Chapter 9 is the last chapter of the Quran. Yes, no?
If we don't pick up the book this evening, is it available in stores?
It's not available in some Christian stores. I have one Christian store in Canada, I believe one store in America. I'm trying to put it in the stores, but sadly, American people are afraid to get it to put it in their stores. And I could not find a publisher to publish it for me. We searched all over the country, 2 years. I have to start my own publishing company so I can publish it. So it's available and it's on our website as well, but you can take it. I'm sorry? Yeah, it's on the table. You got business card, you got brochure. You're welcome to take us to your churches. We're gonna be in this area for some time. We'd love to come speak in your churches. But if you don't have money, if you don't want to take it now because you don't have money, I am serious. Take what you need, take one of our business cards and send the check later. You save yourself money. It's cheaper to get it now than to order it later online. You have to be shipping and handling. It's more money.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
We are going to be closing here in 11 minutes and I have a radio program will start at 9 o'clock.
He's going to do a radio program. Just a second, that's fine. I'm not trying to rush you, but let's also know the library's going to keep us out of that. It's the ladies.
Can I pray for us before we leave? If you don't mind?
Yes, please.
Yes. Father God, we thank you because you are a God of love, a God of grace. And your grace have held us all these years, Lord. Even though we have done everything not right, by neglecting even the big commission. For if we have reached out to the Muslim world, to the lost Muslim world, there will not be one Muslim out there. And even if they are out there, they will never send their children here. For they will know then that the Christian of America will evangelize a Muslim and they will lose their children. But sadly, we have been silent all these years for sharing the truth with the lost Muslims. And they're dying without you. And they will burn in hell forever with Muhammad. I pray, Lord Jesus, that you give us a boldness to truly stand for our belief, for our democracy, for our country, that we will not allow the Muslims to destroy our country. But we also reach out to them with the gospel, for they are victims of their cult, the cult of Islam. They're willing to do anything to please Allah, even to the point to kill themselves. Help us, Lord Jesus, to do what is right, to love them, and to do what you command us, to reach out to them with the gospel. Equip us, help us to be learned one, not foolish, to save the time, for days are getting short, and night is coming when no one can work. We lift up this country to your throne for Christians to go out and to do what is right, that we can remove this darkness out of the White House and the darkness out of America, for the truth will set us free. We love you and we praise you. In Christ's name alone we pray. Amen.
I want to say this, Usama's getting this stuff ready. If you can, you guys travels all over the United States doing this, and any place that'll have him, big groups, small groups, if you can, try to bless them financially. Take some of his stuff. Yeah. Want to take up a little love offering and drop in the box as you go by, it would be great. We'll try to have him back again in Springfield here in a few months, maybe before November. And thank you guys for coming. Hey, if you do want to talk to him, don't take too much time, because we have to leave at 9 o'clock. Yes. Pardon me?